Recently, the Constitutional Court of the Russian Federation allowed representatives of the northern peoples to hunt in accordance with their centuries-old traditions. The court decision is the first precedent for Russia when a higher court defended the indigenous small number peoples of the north. The reason for the trial was a complaint of Gennady Shukin. He's the head of the indigenous people community of Dolgans in Krasnoyarsky territory. At the request of the representative of indigenous small number peoples of the north, the Constitutional Court has considered a case about test of constitutionality of provisions of Article 19 of the federal law about hunting does not allow to transfer the right to shoot wild animals from members of the family of tribal communities to other hunters. The world community recognized indigenous peoples as an important value of the world civilization, and this is recognized in several international instruments. For example, the UN Declaration of the Rights of the Indigenous Peoples. The rights of minorities, indigenous peoples, in accordance with internationally accepted standards, must be guaranteed by legislative acts of the Russian Federation, including the Constitution and other federal law. However, in practice, to lead a traditional way of life of the inhabitants of the Russian North is not easy. 5 years ago, the claimant in the Constitutional Court, Shukin, became the accused of criminal case about illegal hunting. According to the prosecution, he invited the heads of the communities to participate in illegal scheme of hunting wild reindeer. According to the rules, a quota of 8 deer was relied on for each representative of the indigenous people living in the territory of the region, but they were only allowed to get them personally. According to law, enforcement agencies, it is impossible to give your quota to another hunter. However, Shukin suggested collecting quotas for all members of the community and transferring the right to shoot them to several professional hunters from among the local residents. Shukin's idea was not taken well by authorities. The head of the Dolgan community was accused of incitement to illegal hunting and prosecuted. Courts consider that Article 19 of the federal law about hunting suggests that the traditional rights of hunting can only be exercised individually by each person from among the representatives of indigenous peoples and cannot be realized by means authorized by the community of the hunter. Shukin's subsequent attempts to appeal the verdict were unsuccessful. Shukin decided to go ahead and appeal to the Constitutional Court. Gennady Shukin demanded to test the constitutionality of Article 19 of law about hunting, which refers to the traditional hunting of indigenous peoples. At the meeting in Constitutional Court, a representative of indigenous people of the North tried to explain to the members of the court that an unjust law forcing northerners to starve violates the centuries-old traditions and in the near future will lead to the disappearance of small nations. Body of northern indigenous people has a strong immune system due to fish and meat. Without them, they can die. The Krasnoyarsk territory establishes limits to indigenous peoples per one person. But there are people, especially the elderly, women, children, disabled people, who have limited access to resources because they have no weapons. They can't hunt, and hunters always carried pieces of meat or fish to them. Otherwise, as a small nation, they will disappear. As a result, the Constitutional Court took the side of the leader of the Dolgan community. The judge acknowledged that Gennady Shukin had full right to transfer quotas of members to the community who are not able to hunt on their own to professional hunters. At the same time, there are no contradictions between the Constitution and the disputed article of the law about hunting, decided the judges of the Supreme Court. Just lower courts and other state bodies, the law incorrectly interpreted. Now the revealed constitutional legal meaning of Article 19 of law about hunting is obligatory, and previously passed acts on the case of Gennady Shukin are subject to revision. We consider a positive decision of the court as a rule of law which will lead to further positive law enforcement practices in the field. Thank you.